Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So today we did a lot better than last week. We were trying to recreate the look that I failed last week. So we're doing a lot of this fall-y look with a really warm lip and some greens and golds on the eyelids. That's super pretty and still super wearable for fall. This will look good on every single skin tone, every single eye color, and I hope y'all enjoy. So if you want to learn how I did this look, just keep on watching. Okay, I'm just gonna clip my hair back really fast so we can just keep that hair out of our face. Let's get started. So I've already prepped my skin. I'm just gonna add a little bit more moisturizer. This is the oil control from Rodan+Fields from the Unblemished line, and it does really well at controlling your oil. So I just put that kind of more in the T-zone where I tend to get the most oily. Just right around, and then just kind of press that in and make sure it's all nice and smooth. And we're just gonna let that sit on our skin while we start with our eyes. So I'm gonna go with a little bit of concealer first. This is going to prep our eyes for the eyeshadow we put on top. So I'm just gonna do a little dot of concealer, and I'm going with a lighter concealer just so we can make sure that the colors we use are going to be the exact shade that we want it, that we see on the palette. It's going to come off truer to color if we have a little bit of a lighter concealer than with your skin tone kind of mixed in. So it'll just kind of ensure that the color is going to be how you want it. So also just kind of conceal any veins, any discoloration on top of our eyelids. So now we are ready to start the eyeshadow, and I look so funny. But we're gonna go with the Jaclyn Hill palette one more time. So my vision for this is gonna be a fall look, but I wanna incorporate some greens, some gold kind of thing. So let's just get into it. This is so dirty. So with any fluffy brush, I'm going to take this orange shade right here and mix it with a little bit of this shade, this camel brown color. So I'm going to go in with those two shades. I'm just going to start in the crease. So actually, before I do this though, I forgot I need to set my eyelids. So I'm just going to go in with this NYX palette right here. I'm going to mix the yellow shade and the pinky shade in the palette and just set my concealer on my eyes. This is important because if you don't do this, you can get creasing on your eyes and your eyeshadow will look all messed up. Okay, so now going on with those two shades on this blending brush, I'm just gonna put this right in the crease and just do windshield wiper motions back and forth. Just laying down the color, going a little bit higher than the crease, just making sure everything is going to be nice and blended. And again, this technique is so good too because you can honestly be as messy as you want. We're going to clean up that outer corner when we get done. Alright, so once we have that crease shade laid down, we're going to go in with a little bit more dense of a brush with a little bit of a deeper color. So we're going to start going the lightest color the highest, and then darker and darker as we lower. So we're gonna go in with this shade right in the middle of the palette and go still in our crease, but just a little bit deeper. So kind of right under that orangey shade that we just laid down in the crease. Again, just back and forth motions from inner corner to outer corner, just deepening up that crease. Alright, so now with a flat shader brush, I'm going to take any setting spray and spritz my brush like 1 or 2 times. And, my nail just fell off. My nail. Goodbye. We're going to take any flat shader brush and go in with this emerald green color down here at the bottom and put that all over our lid. Oh my gosh, this color is gorgeous. So just going all the way to the inner corner, to the outer corner, and we're not going to go any higher than the crease, so just try to stay nice and low. All right, once we have that laid down, I'm gonna go in with a little bit more of a denser brush and go back in with this camel color that we used, the second color in our crease, and just tapping my brush in that and just going over right on top of the shade that we just laid down. So just kind of blending it all together, making sure there's no harsh lines. Just making sure it's nice and seamless from one color to the next. All right, now, once you have that blended out, we're gonna go in with an outer corner color. So I'm going to take this Morphe M431 brush. It's a very small, dense, synthetic, or actually, yeah, Go Hair brush. And we're gonna use this to just pack on the color in the outer corner. So I'm gonna go in with these two brown shades right here at the bottom of the palette, and we're gonna mix those two together and just start packing on the color in the outer corner. So I'm gonna start by just placing and pushing that color right where we want it. And then once you have the color kind of displayed, then I'm gonna just start going in circular motions and just bringing it out, making sure all the colors are nice and blended. All right, now we're gonna make it pop a little bit. So I'm gonna go in with another flat definer brush. This doesn't have a name on it, but it just looks like this. Just a flat shader brush. And I'm gonna spray my brush one more time with a spritz of setting spray. And we're gonna actually dip our brush into this gold shade right here. And I'm just gonna pack this on the center of the lid just to give it a little pop of something extra. Just adding a little bit more dimension to the look. And then I'm gonna go back in with the brush that we used for the green color all over our lid. I'm gonna go back into that green and just kind of liven it up in the inner corner and on the edge. So just kind of bringing that color back to life and blending that gold in with the green. All right, and I'm just gonna add a little pop of something on my brow bone. I'm gonna mix the two shimmer shades right here at the top and just go over my brow bone to give it a little bit of highlight. And then we're also gonna hit the inner corner of the eye. I'll probably go over this after I have my face done too. All right, so let's go ahead and get the face started. This is my favorite part, and then we can finish the eyes in a second. So I'm just gonna take a makeup wipe and cut the outer V of the eye, just make it nice and crisp. Yes. Right, so let's go ahead and start with the skin. So I've already prepped it and it is already primed. So I'm gonna go in with a new foundation today that I've been trying recently. I've only used it twice and so far I'm really liking it, but it's still kind of in the testing stage. This is the Honest Beauty Everything Cream Foundation. It comes in a package that looks like this. Sorry, it's kind of dirty. But I have the color Camel. I'm the color Camel, and it looks like this. It comes with a sponge underneath it, and it recommends, oh my gosh, I just dug my nail into the cream foundation. Lovely. It's a Monday, y'all. It's definitely a Monday. Right, whatever. So it looks like this. They recommend using the sponge that comes underneath the foundation. I am not a big fan of using a sponge like this. So I'm just gonna use a brush, but it does come with a sponge, just to let y'all know. And I'm gonna go in with the Morphe brush M439. It's just a flat, or a round, brush like this. It's really great for foundation, so I'm just gonna go in with this brush and start applying the foundation. This color matches my skin perfectly. It goes on really, really smooth. I actually just wore this foundation to a wedding yesterday, and it was an all day thing, and this makeup lasted, and that again is saying something for my skin because my skin likes to eat foundation and break it down because it's so oily. So that was a big step. So it survived a good 2 days of wear, or of like, you know, testing it. So we'll see how it lasts. It's held up really nicely, and it's really easy to blend, which is something I always look for in cream foundations, just because I feel like sometimes creams can be very difficult to work with. But I'm really liking this foundation so far, so I'll keep you updated. Alright, let's move on to some concealer. I'm going to use the Tarte Shape Tape in the shade Medium, and then a little bit of the shade Fair Neutral. I'm going to start with the shade Medium. Let's get my beauty blender. And just go do a couple swipes underneath my eyes. And then going in a little bit with the shade Fair Neutral. Just a tiny, tiny bit, like right where the inner corner is. A little bit on my forehead, down my nose, on my chin. My really dirty beauty blender. Alright, so once the concealer is on, I'm going to go in with a little bit of the RCMA No Color Powder and take a small Morphe M501. It looks like this. I used to just use this brush to highlight a lot, but I've really been liking it for the under eyes. And we're just going to take it, I just dip it directly into this powder. And we're just going to tap right underneath that eye area to set everything in place and bake a little bit. Once you have that on, you need to wipe off your clothes. Make sure all of that white stuff is off of everything else. Now, I'm gonna set the rest of my, actually no. So while this is setting on my face, I'm gonna do some brows, and I will be right back. I do have a brow video, so I'm not gonna bore y'all with all of that. So I will be right back. All right, y'all, the brows are on. The long part is over, and let's go ahead and finish off the face. So I'm going to dust off any excess powder. Actually, I'm going to use a bigger duo fiber brush, Morphe M462 brush, and this is the powder I have sitting right in front of me. This is the Tarte Smooth Operator Amazonian Clay Pressed Powder. This is in the shade Fair, so it's going to be a little lighter for me, but that's okay. I'm just going to use it to wipe off the powder we have under our eyes and kind of set the rest of the face really lightly. We want to keep that under eye area nice and bright anyway, so I find that it is really important to set this foundation, especially if you're oily. So I'm just going to use the rest of that powder to kind of press over my skin. I have to say, this foundation is not cakey at all. It looks really pretty. I like it a lot. Okay, let's go in with some bronzer. My favorite part. This is just the Morphe M400 brush. It looks like this. It's really nice for bronzer. And I'm going to take the Morphe Profusion bronzer, and I'm not sure what shade this is, but I'll link it down below. It looks like this. I'm going to swirl my brush in it and apply that on my cheeks. This gives you a nice glow, so if you like that summery kind of bronzy skin, this is the bronzer you need to check out. It is so pretty. So I'm just gonna bronze my skin. Whatever is left on my brush, I'm just gonna run it over the tip of my nose and then down the sides, just a tit, just a little bit. I don't know why I said that. And then just bring whatever is left down my neck. I'm going to go one step further, and I'm actually going to contour just a little bit. So I'm going to go in with the Too Faced just Chocolate Soleil bronzer and my Morphe M105 brush, and just kind of hit my cheekbones really quick. This is a great brush for contouring. It's like very flat and you can get right in those cheekbones. All right, let's go and move on to some blush. This is just an angled brush from Morphe. Again, it doesn't have a, I just have my Morphe set of brushes right here. That's why they're all Morphe. But this is just an angled brush. Literally any angled brush or blush type brush will do. This is just the Tarte Party Blush. Seriously, that's what it's called. And it just looks like this. And I'm just gonna take a little bit and pop that on my cheekbones. This is a very rosy mauve type of blush, so it will go really pretty with this look. I didn't want to go too crazy on the blush or anything because the eyes are a lot. Now it's time for some highlighter. Love going with the Jaclyn Hill Becca Champagne Pop Highlight, and I'm just gonna take this fan brush right here, the Morphe M310, and just dip my brush in that and highlight my cheekbones. Perfect. Now, just to clean everything up, I have to do this or else I don't feel like I don't know. I just have to do this. I'm gonna go in with my Tarte pressed powder one more time and that same brush that we used for powdering our face. And I'm just gonna go around the edges of our contour and blush and just blend it out. It just makes it look a lot less harsh and a lot more blended. All right, so let's go ahead and move back to the eyes now. I don't think I'm going to use any mascara or anything like, or any mascara, any eyeliner today. So I'm just gonna take a blending brush with no additional product on it and just go over top just to make sure, again, everything's blended and exactly how I want it. Alright, so let's go ahead and finish off the bottom of the eyes. I'm going to go in with a angled definer brush, and we're going to go in with the lighter brown of the two we use in the outer corner. So this one right here, and we're just going to line my lower lash line pretty tightly. And I'm only going to go about halfway in. Perfect. Just like that. And now I'm actually going to take a, God, there is not a video, like literally out of any one that I've done that I haven't thrown something. Anyways, I'm going to go in with these two browns right here. Mix those two together and blend out the brown under my lash line. I'm going to connect it to the top just to make everything nice and blended and connected. Beautiful. Now I'm going to pop on some mascara on the bottom lashes and add some half lashes on top, and I will be right back. Alright, so mascara and lashes are on. Let's go ahead and add some lips and finish the look. So I think I'm going to go in with this Kylie Cosmetics lip kit in the shade Ginger. And we're going to apply that and see how it looks. We might have to change it up. I don't know, but let's see. So first I'm going to go in with the lip liner and just line my lips. And then go over top of that with her liquid lipstick. I think I like that. Now we're just going to give our face a quick spritz of the NYX Matte Finishing Spray. And there you have it. Here is my fall look I created for you guys. I want it to be a little bit different than the normal fall looks you're seeing right now, but we have this really warm lip with some really pretty greens and golds on the eyelid. I think it's really pretty and still really wearable for fall if you want to kind of amp it up a little bit. I think it's really pretty and I absolutely love how everything turned out. I hope you did too. Definitely so much better than last week when I tried to do this look, just winging it. So I hope y'all enjoyed. As always, I hope y'all try this out and let me know if y'all do. And again, as always, thank you so much for coming and watching me. Y'all y'all have no idea how much I appreciate it. And thank y'all so much. Next week starts October, so I hope to be bringing you a lot of fun Halloween looks. So I'm super excited about October. Leave in the comments any Halloween looks that you would like to do or know how to do for Halloween. I think that'd be super fun. So I'm going to try to do 4 videos, 4 Halloween looks, so y'all can hold me to it. Thank y'all so much for coming and watching me. I will see y'all back next week. Bye.